I saw a girl that had been trapped on the road with this dude who had convinced her that she has mental health issues.
I'm going to want to get a one-on-one with you.
Okay.
At some time, if that's okay.
Sure.
But I was watching this Gabby Petito case. The girl that's been missing, and I can't help but see how that's so blatantly obvious that she was abused.
Yes.
Her demeanor was so meek and mild, and this guy she blamed herself and he blamed her. Where's he's home and she's not? And
right.
These narcissists, I called you before about this. They're so dangerous.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
And I can't, I suffer from PTSD every time I see something like this happen, because I know it could have been me.
And, and the reality is that this happens all the time. And one of the things that I mention to people in one-on-one conversations, typically when we're talking about people who are dating, especially, or any type of relationship, we don't take seriously enough the red flags of people we interact with. And a lot of times, especially in the dating world, we end up being one stupid decision away from being another statistic, because we're messing around in a world of psychopaths, sociopaths, narcissistic people. Evil is real. Now, this doesn't mean we are to live paranoid, but it means that we need to be very smart and use our discernment. And when we see red flags, we discern them. Now, when I look at this Gabby case, and of course, it's all over the news. Of course. And what we knew from the very beginning when she went missing is that they were met up with by police because they were in an altercation. And according to the police body cam, what it showed was a girl in hysterics crying, who was talking about her mental health issues, talking about how she was having a moment, she's obsessive compulsive or whatever the case may be. But she was in tears. Meanwhile, the guy was very talkative. Yeah, she scratched me and this and that. And I'm not going to press charges. In a way, kind of portraying that everything's not a big deal. Now, this concerned me right away. What I saw in the situation was this. I saw a girl that had been trapped on the road with this dude who had convinced her that she has mental health issues.
Me too.
And would not let her talk, and drove her to the point where this girl felt she had to scratch, possibly because she was so beaten down verbally and mentally. This is what I saw. This is typically what it looks like. And the police wouldn't have caught it because they don't understand this type of narcissistic abuse. They did a good job of separating them, saying you two need to separate for the nights, and they put them in different hotel rooms. Good for them. So I do think that the police did realize, okay, this isn't good, so let's separate them. So they did their part. But somewhere else down the road, it failed because they got home and then they went out together again, and this is where the disappearance happened. So the biggest problem in these situations is that, Gabby obviously didn't have a relationship with her parents where she was able to talk about what was going on and be honest. And even the parents of this guy aren't even involved in his life, except, by the way, to cover up for him, to probably tell him where to run and hide. When he came home,
I called you about.
Yeah, when he came home and said, Mom, Dad, listen, the police are going to be knocking on the door any moment because, this is what. And the parents probably said, oh, well, go. We won't tell them where you are. It's typical that narcissistic, abusive people's parents, they come from a background, a lineage, and I've seen this, I've witnessed this in my own life, where they protect one another in their worst, most horrible things. There is no...
We have talked about this.
Yeah.
I called you about this before.
It's disgusting. They do not stand for what's just. They do not stand for what's right. It's run and I'll lie for you. If you do something, I'll pretend I never saw it. And this is the most... Now we know where narcissists come from. It's not from horrible backgrounds. It's not from abusive backgrounds. It's from parents who don't care to discipline their kids from anything. They grow up to believe they're above the law. They grow up to believe that they are above everything else. And it's these families that you have to watch out for.
I am so passionate about this because I said I see it, and then I realize I'm one step away from that. I could have been. That could have, every time it happens, I know that it could have been me. And the red flags, we don't see them. I don't know. We're stupid. I know I'm going to talk to you in one-on-one sometime because I don't understand how you don't listen to your own internal warnings.
Well,
I don't.
Those are the red flags, right?
Yeah,
and so
I didn't listen.
You do see them. But you don't listen. Right.
I need permission to forgive myself because I didn't listen. But
right.
I'm in a bad place every time I see it. I'm the one who called you about a woman that lives in the cemetery because she tried to escape her abusive husband. They're not easy to walk out on and you be able to have your life.
They are easy to walk out on if you walk. It's when you stop. It's when you get lured back in. You know, and I know this because I walked away from an entire family who threw every narcissistic angle at me, from threats to, oh, you're selfish, oh, you're judgmental, oh, you think you're better than everybody else, oh, you won't let us see our, all this stuff. And it hurts. And at the same time, when I would go, I was cussed at, called names. People were getting in my face, wanting to fight, because narcissistic people are so rageful, so full of aggression, so full of hate, and they're okay with that. What I discovered is I had to, you have to walk and you have to keep going. It's the moment,
Lord.
Right, it's the moment you stop walking and you start going back. Okay, all right.
That was me.
That's where you get walloped. What most people don't realize is that when you miss the when you feel that urge, you need to go. And when you don't, it sends this message to a narcissistic person or a psychopath. It sends the message that they have permission to do what they did to you before again. Why? Why do they have permission? Well, because by walking back to the relationship, you're welcoming that back in. They maintain the position that I am who I am. I'm not going to change. And
absolutely, they do.
When you walk back in, you maintain the position that I'm going to keep coming back to you because I know what you are. And it's like that. Thank you, sir. May I have another thing? Over and over and over again. Right.
The fear is there. Mine was fear. I've been afraid of this person my whole life.
Right.
But I was touched by that Gabby story, and like I said, it just resonated within me, and I feel so passionate. I want to go to a school and talk to young girls.
Right.
I recognize that, and other people just thought it was a normal police stop, and no, it was not. Mm. You could read the body language.
Yeah.
Thanks. But anyway, thanks for talking to me. I want to have a one-on-one with you, if that's okay.
Sure.
I will set that up. You can call me on my home phone because I can't do the cell phone very well.
Okay. Yeah, we'll just visit the website, join the Royal
I do. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and schedule through there, and I'll look forward to talking with you.
Okay, thanks for taking my call.
All righty, thanks for calling in. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.